What's up, guys? In this video we're going to be looking at the top 2 penny stocks to watch for tomorrow. We're going to be also looking at the Nikola truck. We're going to see how it works, the hydrogen cells, how they basically made the truck, and what's their plan going forward with the Badger truck. And we're going to see exactly how the stock behaved, and we're going to go in detail about all this 3 information. I'm also going to be going over the stock market recap and what to expect for tomorrow. There's going to be important economic reports that could potentially affect the stock market, so I'm going to go in detail all that information in this video, guys, so make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so before we get into the video, make sure you like the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and if you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the comment section below, guys. So the first penny stock that I'm going to be going over in this video is going to be ticker symbol ENDP. So this stock, I covered it in the July penny stocks to watch because this has a catalyst that can potentially affect the price to go to the upside. We talked about it because we have FDA related news that's going to be coming out for tomorrow, July 10th. So they're in the last stages of getting approved by the FDA to get one of their drugs approved. So we were looking at the stock when it was right around over here, is around like $3.40 area. So it kind of made a move to the upside, and it kind of broke out to $4 area, but it cannot hold that price point, and it kind of sold off from after it kind of tested above the $4 area. Right now it's kind of sitting at $3.36. So tomorrow is going to be the news that they're going to be coming out, said probably saying that they got approved and things like that. And also, I had several questions about this company having lawsuits and things like that. So the majority of these companies, biomedical companies and other companies too, might get sued by shareholders and things like that. For example, we got INO that got sued too, but usually it kind of takes a long time for these lawsuits to go to the court system, the legal system, before they can get to the final stages. Plus, even though they go to the final stages, they can actually resolve the issues through like mediation, like arbitration and all that kind of stuff. That's not going to really affect the stock price, so you have to really pay attention to that information too going forward. So even if the company got a lawsuit, that does not mean it's going to affect the price like right away, but it might affect it like right at the end stages of the lawsuit when they're probably going to get a verdict and things like that. But just because a person files a lawsuit against the company, that is not going to like drastically affect it in the short term. So that is the point that I wanted to make. But tomorrow, keep an eye on this specific company, guys. So it might potentially sell off or it might go up because it might be like buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event going on. So even though the news is going to be positive for tomorrow, eventually they might get approved. But we were looking at the $3 area as a support on that video that I posted on July, so we'll see exactly how that happens, but it might potentially go down to $3. And also, when you look at the share of the float, which is super high right now, it's around like 226 million share available, so there needs to be a lot of volume to come and potentially move this stock to go to the upside. So we see like a spike of volume kind of happened when the stock broke out to $4, but it did not hold that price point. So that is something that you need to keep an eye on. So also, the institutional ownership is like 84%. We need a lot of buyers to come in and potentially move the stock up to the upside. So keep an eye on it and be careful with this stock, guys. So the second penny stock that we're going to be looking at is going to be ticker symbol OGEN. Now this stock made a big move. It kind of broke out to the upside. It's up 22.78% today. The volume was just crazy. A lot of buying and selling going on. As you can see over here, the average volume for this company is around 3.7 million shares traded per day, but today it traded 36.6 million shares. And also, when you look at the 1-year price target for this company is $2.50. So there's going to be potential for this company in the long run if you want to buy and hold it for a while. But there's going to be really big news that could potentially affect the stock because they're kind of actively working on with the COVID-19 situation. So they're trying to come up with a vaccine and things like that. But as you can see over here from the website, they're collaborating with other companies and try to find a solution for this current pandemic. NIH created SARS-CoV-2 COVID-19 spike protein vaccine technology could provide specific immunity for the novel coronavirus SARS-CoV-2, the root cause of the coronavirus disease. So they're actively participating, in different kind of projects, but this is the project that a lot of people are paying attention to because there's a lot of issues going on with that pandemic and the numbers spiking up a lot too. So this is an important project they kind of partner with. This is their kind of website. And one of the articles, even though it kind of came out a while back, May 19, 2020, so the company actually announced that it has entered into an agreement with Aragon Biopharmaceutical, a leading contact research organization focused on accelerating the preclinical preclinical biological product development. So they're going to advance the TerraCovid-2, the company SARS-CoV-2 vaccine candidate. So they're partnering with, they also acquired that company, as I mentioned, on the website they talked about this thing, but it kind of came out like May 19, 2020. So this company can come out at any time and to talk about, their advancements and what progress that they made, and that could potentially drive the stock price to the upside. So that is one of the things that you want to be looking for these companies. So any updates about the progress that they've made can potentially, make the stock to go to the upside, but now let's look at the key price point levels that we can use, to get involved in this company. So as you can see over here, it kind of broke out. It's kind of like a fresh breakout to the upside. It was kind of like 0.880 cents. It was kind of at that price point. It was kind of consolidating, and eventually it broke out to currently close at 0.97 cents. It's kind of, the 1 year price target is like $2.50. So if it can kind of hold above this area and kind of consolidate, we can definitely use these price points that it kind of broke out of at this current moment. If it can stay above that price point for like 3, 4, 5 days, and if it stays above that, we can potentially, get involved with it by risking off of, the area that it just broke out of. Like the lower that we can risk off of is going to be like the 0.80 cents area. So that can be a price point that we can use in order to kind of gauge our risk. But the potential is, in anticipation of like a positive update about this company, talking about, they actually made an investment. They're actually going to go to, phase 1 trials, because they're currently at the preclinical trials. So they can potentially announce that news that can kind of drive the stock price, to maybe above $1.50 or things like that, or a price target, So, but the 1 year target, as I mentioned, is like $2.50, So also, the share outstanding for the company is like 46 million shares available for this company right now, so any kind of positive news can kind of drive up the demand for this company. So the share of the float is 43.87 million shares, and institutional ownership is also not that much, only 15%. Insider ownership is also 16.6%, so it's kind of relatively close amount of range. So keep an eye on this specific company, guys. But now let's look at exactly what happened to Nikola stock, guys. As you can see over here, we've been talking about the Nikola stock for a while, and it kind of really sold off to the downside for like 3 days. It was losing a lot of percentages every single day. It kind of had a support right now at $40. So it kind of bounced back up, and kind of one of the things that kind of drove this stock price to kind of bounce to the upside was kind of, the CEO came out and showed exactly the truck he was driving around, talking about explaining how the truck works, and how the cells are in there. We're going to watch that video specifically right now. Now let's get right into the video, guys.
That cabinet back there is where all the power electronics are for testing. It's not in production, but that you won't see that in production. It's only for testing. It has all the graphs. That's how we, whenever we blow fuses or whatever else we're doing when we're testing, that's how you can see it. Give you guys a little view of the e-axles. Every one of these wheels are independently driven, so there's 4 motors. One right there, one right there. That's for this side. Then one right here. One right there, that's for this side. That gives you full torque vectoring, the ability to have independent steering, control, and when we go autonomy, it's the only truck in the world that can actually undo itself out of a jackknife. So if you were to lose control, all 4 of those wheels can turn independently at different speeds and different directions, helping stabilize your truck out of a jackknife. We don't even go into 5% of what we're doing here at Nikola, because every competitor out there wants to copy everything we're doing. So I want to show you guys this. Here's the fuel cell, you can hear it. It's as loud as it gets, it's all it is. Which is pretty cool. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go inside here, guys. As soon as you open that door, all right. It's the engineering team. What's up, man?
Morning.
All right, so, whoops. Let me close this a little bit more here. All right, so what I did is I asked my guys to, much colder in here. Thanks, guys, for getting the AC going. It's hot outside, but This is Instagram live right now. People wondering how real the truck is. So here we are. We're getting ready to go. We're going right now. And what are we looking at here?
So battery SOC here, and we have our tank pressure for hydrogen there.
Okay.
Our current, you can see, you get your regen, and then when we accelerate, it'll go negative. So
that is awesome.
There. So you're kind of regenning, so it's positive energy going into the battery voltage. Here's our current power. So the fuel cells are putting out 97 kilowatts.
So that's what the fuel cell is putting out right now. And where's that at? Is that on this one? Right here?
It's behind it. And then here's our
97 kilowatts.
Current here.
And the current, thanks for getting the screen up for me, guys. I just wanted everyone to be able to see this. 98, 97. I just asked him if I could open the hood. Woo! So, oh, it's funny. These damn trolls. I wonder if they're going to go apologize to everyone for the lies they spread. The tens of thousands of comments of how fake we are. I'm just wondering, are they going to go apologize and be like, listen, I'm a piece of garbage. I lied to everyone. I was trying to drive your stock down. I hate you. So, you know what? It's fine. Whatever. We're having fun. We'll beat them anyways, just for just out of positiveness. But I want to. All right, guys. Here we go. You can see the hazard lights on. Whenever we open up the hood, those come on. There's an air filter here. The reason why you hear all that noise is strictly the radiator. It's about 110 out here right now, so it's very hot. It's got to cool down the batteries. It's got to cool down the fuel cell as well. But this is and that was with the fuel cell running the entire time. I made sure they kept it on. There's ways where the software will turn it off automatically as it reaches a certain state of charge. But just for you guys, I told my team, make sure that thing stays on the whole time. I don't care.
As you can see on the video, so he kind of announced that and the stock kind of bounced, and yesterday he showed the video, so people were kind of trolling him. He mentioned in the video that, you know, they don't have a truck, they don't have a prototype and things like that, and that he said that was kind of the reason that the stock price actually dragged down or something. So eventually, you know, he showed the truck, and that was kind of positive, and the stock kind of bounced back. Now it's kind of sitting at $56.75. So we'll see exactly how this kind of portrays within the next few weeks, if it can eventually go back to the price point where kind of broke down of. But right now at this specific point, we can definitely see that, you know, the $40 mark is definitely acting as a support area, just as the area that it broke out of when it initially broke out to the upside. But this stock is definitely going to be on one of the most volatile stocks, you know, just like in Tesla, just like in highly on truck, it's going to be so highly on stock. So we'll see what's going to happen, guys. But now let's look at exactly what happened in the stock market today, guys. As you can see over here, so the major, you know, companies and sectors, you know, the major thing that's just leading the market to the upside is just the technology, guys. The Nasdaq just broke out, you know, just going up. You know, Amazon added 3.29% today. Now it's like $3,182. Microsoft up 0.7%. Apple up. Also, the semiconductor, you know, companies like Nvidia was up. Like, that's really, really fantastic for people that are holding the company right now. It's up 2.87%. And also, they kind of took the tail from the sectors. Like Intel used to be one of the highest, you know, semiconductor company. Now it's kind of Nvidia is the one that's kind of leading the way. So that is really fantastic. But the one, you know, sector that was kind of down the largest today was the energy sector is down a lot, you know, so that, and also the financial sector is kind of like, so these two sectors are dragged down the most. Is the energy sector for the year is like down like 40%. And, you know, financial sector is the other one that's kind of down a lot. And also Walmart, you know, actually had one of the things that kind of we talked about yesterday was talking about like analysts can come out and do like an upgrade and downgrade, and that could potentially affect the the price point. So an analyst came out today, and they talked about how they can price in the profits for this company, since they kind of announced some of the things that kind of make it similar to Amazon Prime, like and Walmart came up with their version. So they kind of analyzed like how that kind of can portray in the future their revenues and things like that. So that kind of helped the stock to have a 2.66% gain today. And that is basically what happened in the stock market today, guys. But also, the case numbers are spiking up to the upside a lot. And, in Texas hit an all-time high. For tomorrow, the important information that could potentially affect, the stock market economic report coming out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Standard Time is going to be Producers Price Index. The final demand, that's going to be for the period of June. So the previous month was 0.4%, so the forecast is 0.4%. So we'll see if that can actually, if it's up or down, or just going to be the amount that they forecasted, which is going to be 0.4%. And also yesterday I kind of forgot to talk about when I was covering all of the EV sector analyst reports for those companies. I forgot AYRO. I kind of edited it out. I accidentally edited it out. But, here's a report, that the current company is kind of trading at $5.85. And the average recommendation is a hold. So they only have one analyst ratings, and the average target price is kind of messed up because this stock really did a lot of splits, stock splits. So they were actually, and this company also did a merger recently, so the number is pretty jacked up, as you can see over here. So we only have one analyst that did the rating over here, and it's saying that this company is a hold at this current moment. So a lot of people ask me about that question. Sorry about that. I kind of accidentally cut it out of the previous video, guys. But anyway, this is going to be the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button. If you have any questions, make sure you drop in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.